There's over 23 different species in there. I can't put a price on them, but the people who gave them to me can. To take them home, and I have to do a review and show the collection that they gave me, and I can't. Okay, so here's what just happened. And I'm sorry, I've been crying. All of the product that Botanicus gave me got thrown around inside of the freaking that they check your stuff with. And they say that the machine turned it on its side and then turned it back over inside, but that does not make any sense to me, especially since they told me it should have cleared. And I should have gotten my freaking camera out to record everything, to catch what everyone was saying, because I literally can't remember anything because it was like slow motion. And I didn't take a freaking photo of it when it was still in the box because I was so frantic to get it all put away. And I had to call Anya and David. They have to send me a freaking itemized thing of how much everything costs. And you guys, there were plants in there that cost over $600 each. They sent us home with like product that they were going to announce later. I don't really feel I feel kind of numb right now. This has never happened. I've been flying with plants for 2 years. This has never happened to me in my entire life. I don't even know, dude. I can't even talk right now. Like, I just want to be alone right now, you know? So I have a smaller bin now. And everything's in there. And here's what it looks like. Broken leaves literally everywhere. And the leaves are already paling. God, my hands are shaking. I'm really sorry if the footage is so bad. Like, literally all the leaves are paling and they're gonna fall off. And the thing is that with begonias, as I'm sure you guys know, they look like when you first damage them, they don't look that bad. But then after a few hours, they just die. Like, I don't even know, dude. Like, obviously the philodendron and the Hoya are probably going to be okay, but there's like 20 begonias in here or something. Apparently I have to file this claim now, and then they have to decide if the claim is liable, and then they pay me out for the claim. But like, what is that? Like, sure, it helps, I guess, because I get the money for the plants of what they cost, but that does not help. So I guess they have to do an investigation and see what actually happened. They said the box was freaking, they showed that it was right side up in the thing. So if it was sideways in there and it just straightened up when it came out, it wouldn't have been upright inside. Like, I swear to God, someone picked it up, freaking turned it on its side, and then put it right back up again as if nothing had happened. And I should have watched. And I know it's not my fault, but it feels like it is. So I can't even film the video I was paid to freaking film, dude.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Because the product's ruined.
Flight 21 table service into Boise, probably operated by Horizon Air.
Anyways. Okay, so we got home and I have the plants. So here's the deal, okay? Right now they look fine. And I sent photos to David and Anya. And they said that right now, as everything is, it's okay. So nothing has died, but there's a lot of leaf loss. Like, there are kind of just leaf pieces everywhere, which super sucks. And I don't even think these leaf pieces broke off in a way where I can propagate them. The worst and saddest situation is this. The Darth Malachosticta, but let's just hope for that a hybrid vigor that Maggie was talking about. This leaf got punctured and broken in many, many places, and I'm just hoping everything will be okay. Some of these leaves here, like the plants got thrown around so much it ruined the soil situation, and like things got bent right here. And this one is the scariest one, this Nothobaramensis. This is like maybe the most expensive one that I have here. Maggie gave it to me to be nice, and of course this would happen. This one also doesn't look good. I don't know if you guys can even see really that well, but it's starting to it's starting to fade already. It's not looking good for this one already. Piper looks fine, except for this leaf down here, that little one. Shake is probably the most expensive one in the box. I think it looks all right, but, and it looks like we lost got quite a bit of leaf damage on that one right there. The real kicker is going to be seeing what happens with these plants in the next few days, because damage can take a really long time to show up. It just sucks, and half of these plants I can't present. Some of them I could, but half of them I can't present in a freaking video that I'm supposed to film to showcase the beauty of these plants, because that's not a good this is not a good representation of freaking botanicas, and it was perfect before. Like, broken leaves, like this plant broke 2 leaves, or maybe more. The only ones I know for sure that are gonna be fine are the Romark's Fantasy. Hoyas for sure are gonna be okay, but everything else is subject to damage. Chris was nice. I kind of told him what happened a little bit, but I didn't really have time. I spent most of my time talking to Anya on the phone, but he brought Raven in the car, which was super duper sweet. She goes in the car a lot, so it doesn't like stress her out or anything. It was really nice, like, get in the car and like my kitty's there, and she sat in my lap the entire time we drove home. It just sucks, you guys. It sucks so bad. Like, I do not think the Darths are gonna make it. I don't think the Julau is gonna make it. I think we'll be lucky if the Blue Metallica makes it, and that one alone is a $380 begonia. Like, there's Raven. There she is now. Literally, you guys, the worst thing that could have happened to the plants happened. So, I don't know if I actually explained what happened, but I'm gonna try to just kind of sum it up. So essentially I had this box. It was not this box, it was a bigger box that the plants were in. We go through, I put my box in the tray to go through the TSA security check, and basically something goes wrong and Harley's jacket gets stuck in the gears, so they have to pull the jacket out, and then Ryan's box got stuck as well, so they had to fix Ryan's box, and there's 10 minutes where I can't see the box, that something happened to it. Like, literally, you guys, like, what happened to it? It had to have been completely turned on its side or completely upside down. It's not like, oh, it kind of tipped. Like, even when I do this to this box, when you kind of tip it, nothing happens. And they're saying that the black flaps that go into the TSA x-ray thing kind of tipped the box, and that caused everything to fall. You can see right now, that is not, and there's no moss on that side, like, they'd be falling. The box had to have gotten completely turned on its side, and there's no way that that could have happened with those flaps, because I watched it come out upright. They showed me, because I told them that the box had to be on its side inside, they showed me the x-ray of the box upright inside. So what I think happened is either A, someone picked up the box, turned it upside down because they didn't know what the box was and they were just trying to reorganize things, and then they just put it back down and either didn't realize that they did that, or they realized and they put it back down and then just didn't say anything, or that when they were looking for whatever was causing everything to jam up, they picked up my box and moved it out of the way and then put it back without thinking about it. I don't think that the machine could have done that. There was no reason for this to happen. Literally zero reason. And I've left that airport with a box that exact size before. And then when everything got through and Harley and I saw it, we just couldn't even say a word. It was just, and the guy was like, what? Because they pulled my box over originally to check it, right? Because of course they're going to check it because there's soil and there's fertilizer in soil, and that causes the thing to go off. But we just couldn't even say a word, and then I just started crying out of nowhere, and I tried to explain everything to them, and then they brought a guy over, and someone was like, you need to get the manager, and then they got the manager, and then another manager, and then the manager's manager came over, and we had to file a claim, and I didn't even realize that they were filing a claim to, like, an insurance claim. I just thought they were, like, doing an incident report, but they were, like, fully filing a claim, and the thing is that even if they gave me the money to replace the plants, you can't even buy half of these. They're not on a market. They literally are not on a market. They are gifts to me from an extremely rare plant shop. You can't just buy them. So anyways, then that's when I checked in with you, and I should have recorded. I recorded a little bit, but I stopped recording, and I don't know why, but I should have been recording that entire thing. I just didn't know if I was allowed to record the TSA agents. This could have been such an amazing end to the video. Like, today was such an amazing day. Literally, it was going great until we got to the airport, and then all that happened. Chris is giving me some soapy champagne. Thank you, bartender. Anyway, so I'm really sorry that this ended up being a freaking bummer, but I will keep you updated on the Botanicas plants and how they're doing. Hello. So it's been a minute now, and it's been about 24 hours since the box incident, and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling calmer. The plants actually seem to be promising. So tomorrow, which is in a few seconds for you, I'm gonna film the tour. Hello, it's the next day. I'm gonna show you the plants. I am unfortunately leaving on a trip for 2 weeks. I'll get to come back after 6 days to see them because we're staying a night because it's a big road trip and we're coming through Boise. So I'll give you an update in 6 days from now, but this is what the plants look like right now. So I have them in this big box and it's getting a decent amount of light, but not too much for the begonias. Begonias don't love that much light, to be honest. So here's our box. Here's the situation. Nothobaramensis is still doing okay. He's a little tippy. The Darth Malachosticta is also kind of doing okay. The Dark Leo is doing okay. The Labisia is doing okay. Obviously, the Hoya is doing great. It's even got aerial roots and it's putting out 2 new leaves. Bromark's Fantasy is doing okay. Shake is still putting out its new leaf, so we're good. Pink Princess is doing okay. Here's our little broken leaves. Our Green Leo is not doing as well as I would like. Our little something Sarah, I can never remember the name of that one. It's also doing okay. Jalao is doing okay. Darth is doing okay. Hoya is doing okay. So I think right now we got another Hoya over there. Yeah, the Nahingensis begonia is also doing okay. So I think we're fine. Piper's okay for the time being. But again, it's only been a day since this happened. I could come back in 5 days to a different story, but we're just gonna keep leaving the dudes in there. Okay, so I showed you guys kind of like a little once over of the plants. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you what they are. We're gonna do kind of like a sad haul. I mean, you guys will see what I mean in a minute. They're like all alive, right? But like you can tell. I don't know, you can tell. So without further ado, here is my rehab plant haul, which is super sad. We'll start with our Hoyas. So this is a Hoya Caudata. Believe it or not, this is what, like, I mean, huge, like how, so I guess there's Hoya Caudata Sumatra, and then I guess there's Hoya Caudata, and this guy's cool. I don't know, he's awesome. Anya, like half of these plants, you guys, she gave to me as like PR, helps promote the plants that they're gonna have. So Botanicas doesn't have a ton of Hoyas that they list, but they are growing them out. They're just not ready yet, so be on the lookout for some Hoyas coming soon. Another Hoya that we have is Hoya Thomsonii, which is amazing. And this is so bittersweet. I should be showing you guys these plants in like their pure form. And like the issue is that obviously the philodendron and the Hoya that I'm showing you right now, like obviously they're like gonna be fine. And they just kind of like look a little messy. But I just really wish that this whole thing hadn't happened. Hoya Thomsonii, he's super cute. Super adorable. Some of these plants I'm not sure the name of, so I will, anyways, yep, little Hoya Thomsonii. He's super adorable. I can't wait for him to grow out. This is actually one that I didn't know that I wanted until, like, she had it there, and I didn't even know what it was. I was just like, bro, it's splashy. It's cute. Kind of want it. Then we have our last Hoya, which is, I think, probably, well, it's hard. They're all really exciting Hoya, but this one completes my little Hoya variegated Bella collection. So I have Hoya Bella LaBois, and now I have Hoya Bella Alba Marginata, and then I have normal Hoya Bella, which I got just the other day. So look at that. Can you believe it? Freaking Hoya Bella, dude. Okay, now we'll move into philodendron. I got a philodendron glorious from my trade, which you've already seen, and it's just so sad because, like, look at the freaking damage on the back of the leaves. Like, that is from whatever happened to my plants. The new leaf so far looks fine. I am obsessed with, I literally like cannot even control myself. Like she had so many of these. I was just like, man, oh man. But like, it just makes me so sad because this new leaf literally was flawless. And then someone freaking dropped my box at the airport and now it has a freaking, but the new leaf so far looks okay. Like literally only time will tell with these. So next we have my little philodendron pink princess. How adorable. So cute. Philodendron Burlmark's Fantasy, bro. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Look at him. He's so big. I'm so excited because like I love this plant so much and I just want as much of it as possible. So yep, this was part of my trade for the shake. So big. I love it so much. And the last philodendron is the shake herself. Look at it. Look at it! And I was really nervous about the new leaf because, as you know, the box got thrown. So I was very concerned about this new leaf and what would happen to it, but it actually looks like it's doing okay. I haven't seen any damage manifest itself so far, except for on this leaf, this bottom leaf, which really sucks. But like literally what can you do? So my little shaky dude is doing just fine, I think, and hopefully he will stay that way. The edges of these two little leaves also got damaged as well, but it's not like too much damage. So yep, I just am very excited to even have one of these, and I'm really excited that Anya wanted to trade me. Okay, now we have all these heckin' begonias, you guys, and I don't even know that I spent enough time going over these like Hoya. Really, I mean, at the end of the day, Botanicus has a lot of amazing plants, but it's all about the begonias, right? It's about the begonias, the terrarium plants, that's what they specialize in. So we're just moving and shaking all the way to the begonias. So here we go, and this is where you are gonna see most of the damage, which really sucks. First of all, we have the Darthvadariana, which is our little dude, and this is another one I purchased from Botanicas as part of the first sale. So cute. Because I was like, oh, I'll just buy it there because like they're gonna have a cash register, and then I did. And I got a little Darth because mine got eaten by slugs, which sucks so much. So okay, next we have my little begonia Julau. This was another one of the little purchases I made from Botanicas. This Piper, which I don't know the name of, so you'll see it at the bottom of the screen, and I'm actually very concerned about this Piper because it did get damaged on the back of the leaf, which you can see right there. All that is damaged, not dirt, which sucks, and it feels like it's just not doing great. So we will see how this one does, but this was one of the ones I was really excited about, and I'm really obsessed with it. I really hope it pulls through. I will be mad. Like, I will be mad if this does not make it through. It's my first Piper. Okay, then we have my Macetes petola jewel orchid. This guy is so cute. I had one of these a really long time ago and I've just been procrastinating putting it off. This was another one I was going to buy at Botanicas, but then they gave it to me. A little begonia, I think it's a hybrid, I am not sure, but these were grown from seed, I believe. And this is begonia Hoya, which I can never remember the name of, and I'm very glad I remembered it in this moment. But this is little begonia Hoya, and this is variegation. Can you believe that? So normally it looks like this. It's like a very like iridescent velvety begonia, but look, variegation. Next, let's talk about the begonia that got the worst of it. So this is my begonia Green Leo. I could cry, you guys. Like I already removed one of the leaves completely and I'm gonna propagate it. And that is this leaf right here, this little dude. He broke off twice. He literally got 2 pieces broken off of him. I'm gonna propagate that and try to do my own thing, but this is not looking good. That is not looking good. The only leaf that looks okay is this one in the middle, and then this leaf was bent, which you can really see on the back, like those little bendy lines right there. So, which sucks because this was one of the ones I was most excited for. So, but he's still cute. He will live. It will just be a process. Then on the leopard category, we have my begonia Dark Leo, the dark form, and this one was actually given to me by Maggie at Begina Begonia. Begonia Dark Leopard, so it's a different form, same species but like a different form, I believe. And this one's leaves comes in much darker with less green than the other one. So I do be excited. He's throwing a little hand right there. It's adorable. Then I got this Begonia Nahingensis, and this was one of the ones I was also most excited about. Honestly, they packed the soil in these things so good because it really didn't move like at all. Like a little Begonia Nahingensis. This one is very similar to the Begonia Ferox and the Begonia Milano-Ballata. In my opinion, it like completes my little bolate collection, my little chocolate chip begonia collection. So I'm excited to see him get really big. I've been waiting to try to buy a bigger one, but this one is just much. I don't know. This one speaks to me. Look at that freaking little paddle it has in the middle. my little Labisia species Riau. I got a little seedling dude because he is so cute. He's so adorable. I love it so much. And this one actually seems to have survived for the most part, the whole situation. Begonia species Temiac. Temiac, I really hope I'm saying this right. This is another undescribed species that Botanica has. According to them, there are only a few people who are selling this right now. So be on the lookout for Botanicas to be selling this. It's very like, it's got these bright like red things and it literally fades to this like wild color, like to this super duper blue color. It starts out as super light green and then gets super blue. Then we have begonia species Blue Metallica. Blue Metallicum or Blue Metallica, I can't remember. This is a very immature form and also he's a little bit wet and a little bit damaged. This leaf is not gonna make it, this one right here. So, I don't know, look at that one. You can already see it's kind of reflecting some blue. This one gets super duper blue in its maturity and I am very exciting, very cute, very small. Begonia species Sarawak. This is like one of the most iridescent begonias I think that exists. And if you shine your light on this, the whole thing just glows blue. And then when it gets mature, it'll just be blue. So there is that. But I love it. This is a species that I was really hoping for when I came and visited this time, like no matter what. So this one, like they're just, Maggie and Anya are posting about this thing everywhere. And I'm just very excited. So be on the lookout for you to be able to buy your own little species Sarawak because oh my gosh. All right, you guys, now we're down to the final two, which are the most exciting two in my opinion. They're also the most delicate two. And that would be my little begonia Darth Malachosticta. Very upset about. I mean, look at that freaking tear. It tore twice on that leaf and it's just not doing good. I mean, it's doing better than if this was a normal Darthvadariana and this happened to it. It would already be dead, to be honest. The other little seedling I have doesn't count because when plants are like really small like that, they have a better chance of defending themselves. When they're bigger like this, they're just harder to ship. They'll melt easier. Very sad about that freaking tear. You can see it tore in 3 places actually on the leaf right there. So yeah, but that middle leaf looks really good. So yeah. I don't know, it's just really hard because I have to file this whole claim and prove damages, so I don't know, it really sucks. But yep, this was my favorite begonia that I brought home. Maggie surprised me with this begonia Nothobaramensis, which is doing surprisingly well for how delicate of a begonia this is. Like, this is a begonia, it's a species, so it's not a hybrid. And I'll put a photo on screen of what it looks like when it's big. And you guys, this is like the, well, okay, I don't want to say that because I don't want to like make things more expensive, but in my opinion this plant is probably the most special begonia to my heart. It just looks so spooky. I don't know, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Nothobaramensis. Took me a really long time to learn how to say it. For a while I thought it was no thrombosis or something, and then I thought it was Nothobaramensis. Listen to me with my American accent. Nothobaramensis. And he's really cute. He's actually putting out a new leaf somehow, so good job. Good job. You are doing a really good job. Anyways, yeah, he was like newly transplanted too, so he's like very newly a person. Fingers crossed, if this one dies, I will just quit. I will literally quit, you guys. So that was it. That's my entire haul. And I know the philodendron and like the little things are gonna be fine. I just am so freaking scared. And some of these begonias are going downhill, like they're curling at the edges, and so I'm gonna get them put away into some like very consistent conditions. That's like Anya's thing, is like consistency. So I'm gonna put like all the begonias in there, and then I'm gonna get the Hoya sorted out and the philodendron sorted out. But by the way, I'm just really not expecting that leaf to survive. It feels so frail. Like half of these begonias, if I didn't know Botanicas or have another begonia plug, it doesn't matter how much money they gave me, like I would not be able to replace them. Literally half of these begonias I would not be able to replace if I didn't know a guy, and I'm lucky that I know a guy. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a week. Hello. Welcome back. I guess not welcome back. You're already at the end of this video. Just full, complete disclosure, I've had a few drinks. I'm just feeling a little fun. I've been feeling like crap, I'm not gonna lie, for the last few days. I think that you're seeing this a day after I took a break, and I think 5 days before I posted this, I took like a 6-day break, and that's because I've been breaking out in hives all over. because I learned that I'm allergic to bug bites, and if I get one bug bite, then it makes me get hives everywhere. So I haven't exactly feeling the best, but today I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really great right now, and it's time for our last update. It's been about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since I updated you on the plants, and I have really good news, but I'm pretty sure I also have really bad news. I think that there's 2 notable casualties that we'll talk about, but other than that, everything else is pretty okay as far as I can tell. And also, just please don't mind this stuff. I literally can't control it. I've been keeping everything in here. So let's get into the plants. I'm gonna try to remember every single one. I'm gonna take them all out and then I'll walk you through them. Okay, I think I have everything. Let's work our way through it now. So I'm gonna start with the casualties, okay? The massive Hoya Caudata, and I can't even explain to you guys what happened because I have no idea. Well, I have a kind of an idea. So this one I thought for sure was gonna be okay. It had, I think, 8 leaves on it. It was this massive plant. As soon as I brought it back and put it in the terrarium, it started to just dry up out of nowhere. Like literally it was as if the life and the chlorophyll was being sucked out of it towards the spine. So it started looking pretty bad. So I cut the spine back to where I could find healthy tissue inside the stem again. And then half of this leaf also started to die. So I cut it off into the healthy tissue. And then this leaf was okay. So I only have like a leaf and a half left of this plant, which really sucks, but I don't know why that happened. And I thought for sure out of all the plants, the Hoya would be the ones that would like be fine. Kind of sucks because this was a huge plant and I was really, really excited for it, but it's okay. Now we have a tiny little starter. This guy's still alive. He's still throwing root hands everywhere. So yeah, I guess he's fine. The next casualty is really sad because it's definitely one of the plants I was most excited for, and that is my little begonia Leo, and it's like half sad, half happy, I guess. Basically, almost all the leaves died off of this. This is one of the only plants that just had pieces of broken leaf all over the box. I'm talking little tiny pieces of begonia leopard. This thing had 6 leaves when I got it from Anya, okay? 2 of them completely broke off, and the other 2 lost like whole half chunks, and you can see that this one right here, it got bent, which is why those like lines are right there, got bent like that. And this one didn't break all the way off, but almost all of them did. Here's a leaf that just recently rotted. I noticed this week it was rotting, and I'm pretty sure that this leaf is also gonna go. You can really see from the back side, and then right here, it's not doing well at all. The exciting thing is that we do have a baby. He right here is throwing hands. So it's not a complete lost cause, but it's pretty freaking upsetting. This might have been like my 3rd favorite plant that I brought back. Pretty bummed about this one. You can see it's crisping up a little bit, but I don't think this one's gonna make it. I think I might try to prop this one. So yeah, those are definitely the 2 worst case scenarios. The Darth Malachosticta. This one pisses me off because this was the one I was most excited to bring home. He still looks okay. I'm pretty sure that this leaf is much bigger than when you saw it last, because again, it's been a minute and it was unfurling when I brought it home. This leaf has not died, and I do think that Maggie and Anya were right, and this plant does have hybrid vigor. Got a lot of scrapes and bruises. I don't know if you can tell on this little leaf right here, but there's all these kind of like little fleck looking things. And every single one of these little light looking flecks is a hole through the leaf. Just completely through the leaf. It's kind of hard to explain any way than that. You can kind of, maybe not. You can kind of see it this way. There's just a ton of these little holes. Those look like pieces of moss, but they are not. They are little holes through the leaf. Yeah, but this one hasn't died off yet, even though it's taken so much damage. But now that I've shown you the ones that have the most damage, let me give you guys kind of the moment you've probably been waiting for this entire time. And that is for me to tell you that largely all of the plants are okay, which is really amazing. I talked to David and Anya about it, and they said that it's probably honestly not worth it to press charges for the, and by the way, press charges doesn't mean like file a lawsuit. It would just mean like file a claim on their side at the airport already. And I would just need to file the rest of the claim on my side, which is to claim damages. I think if I lose the Leopard, I will claim damages. I'm just excited to show you guys the incredible survivors that are these plants. And I am so dumb because I've said this probably 1,000 times in this video, but I did not take a photo of what the plants looked like in the bin. And literally just think of, if you guys have your terrarium, right? If you have any terrarium that is holding literally any amount of plants over 5 and it's like a moss terrarium, and you took it and turned it completely upside down and then right side up, and there was moss everywhere and broken leaves everywhere, and your plants just upside down, sideways, like on top of each other, and you saw that, that's what I experienced. And I didn't know in those first few seconds if the plants were gonna be okay. I had no idea, because I needed to get to where I am now almost a month later. Yeah, it's like the freaking 16th or 14th or whatever right now. It's like the 14th right now. And we got back on the 25th. So it's been about, I think, 3.5 weeks. But like just seeing all of them come out and not knowing, and just looking at how expensive these plants were. And on top of that, they're gifts. They're gifts that someone entrusted me with that got totally like rocked their world. Like, I can't express how horrifying it was. And I remember thinking I needed to take a picture, but I literally could not bring myself to do it. But that being said, here are these survivors. And I'm really glad that this has a happy ending. A couple of you guys told me that like you cried with me, and that really means a lot. I'm an empathetic crier, so if anyone cries literally anywhere, I will just like start crying. The most embarrassing and also hysterical moment I've ever experienced in my life. Like, and I'm really glad that this has a happy ending. A couple of you guys told me that like you cried with me, and that really means a lot. I'm an empathetic crier, so if anyone cries literally anywhere, I will just like start crying. I don't know, it just means a lot that you guys like really felt that moment with me, because that was definitely like the most embarrassing and also hysterical moment I've ever experienced in my life. And I didn't even know how much the plants cost. I think I gave them a quote of like $10,000, but probably the total price of all the plants would be between $4,000 and $5,000, maybe a little bit more. So let's start with probably the most impressive plant. That is the Begonia Temiyuk. And yes, he is that blue. Trying to like show you the blue, and it's not, let me put this down. It kind of looks a little better. This is literally just a bright blue plant right here. It's just blue. It's incredible. This leaf right here is super blue. This one's a little green blue. These ones are just green. But this leaf right here is literally just blue, and it's so incredible. This is Begonia Temiyuk. It's a super duper incredibly rare begonia. I feel so blessed to own one, and even more blessed that it is alive. I was freaking terrified. I'm glad that I picked the more mature one. I think if I had picked the less mature one, it wouldn't have come out as okay as it did. Really can't see the blue as much as I would like you guys to be able to, but it is so blue. Okay, next we have the Philodendron Glorious, and this guy is honestly really cute. He's actually currently unfurling this little leaf right here. He did suffer some contusions. Wow. Now, don't I sound like a doctor? This is the newest leaf. It's the one that's pretty pink on the backside, and then also a couple contusions on this leaf, but overall, he has a couple of these like little dots on the back of his leaf right here. You can kind of see them right there. Maybe I'll circle them or square them or something, but right here, there's a couple little dots from a little bit of damage when he was first unfurling, which was when I had the plant in the box. But I think that once I air layer him and he feels more secure, I think we'll start to see some really, really beautiful leaves. Okay, now the one I know that you guys are probably all really worried about, my Philodendron Strawberry Shake. I did lose a leaf on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I lost one leaf. It was from right here, which you probably won't even be able to tell that it's missing. And the new leaf was damaged. So you can see a little bit of damage right there on this new leaf. Other than that, the plant's okay, which is really good because if I killed a second one of these, mentally and physically would not be okay. I'm really excited. The new leaf does look really nice too. It's pretty darn yellow and green, which is what I like. I really love this type of irrigation right here, especially this one too. She went through a traumatic experience. She also lost a ton of soil, so I'm gonna be air layering these. All that I need from her, to be honest, is just for her to be okay. You're kind of the most important plant in the world to me, besides the Thomsonii. We have a plant that I was worried about, and this is a plant that my friend Maggie gave me, and this is the Nothobaramensis. And this is an incredibly rare, incredibly expensive begonia. We did suffer some leaf damage, which you can see right here. But other than that, she's doing completely okay. She actually put out a new leaf during this time, which is this weird little leaf right here. That one. She's actually doing pretty okay. And I cannot believe that. I fully believe that like all of this is like an act of God or the universe or whatever you believe in. Like some divine intervention was like, you know what? Ashley's having a really hard time lately. Let's make sure her plants survive. And this was, I think, the plant that I was second most excited about bringing home, next to the strawberry shake and the Darth Malachosticta. So it's just a beautiful velvet, kind of like really like impressive and beautiful. I'm just really proud that it's okay. It was a little wilty for a while, actually. It was kind of tipping over on the side, which you probably just did see. I mean, I have a lot of footage in this video. So the next one I was really anxious about is this Piper, which you can see all of the damage. This is all damage from it being thrown around, really not doing good. And this was the new leaf right here, but the new leaf is doing okay. We did lose a leaf. There was a leaf right here. It was an old leaf. I think it was the first leaf that came out. You can see the damage. It's super damaged, but the leaf has not died yet. I just think it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a little ugly leaf, but you can have this beautiful leaf on this Piper. This was like a really special one that Anya gave me, so. Yep, but again, here's all the damage. None of that was there before the whole TSA thing. Other than that, everything else is doing really well. So we have my Philodendron Bromarx Fantasy, and he actually just unfurled his new leaf, and he's already working on the next one. You can literally see him sticking up at the top there, working on the next one. But he just unfurled this one, which is doing really great. But I'm gonna air layer him all the way up so he hopefully gets pretty darn big. And then I could take some propagations and grow a ton of this plant. This is one of my favorite plants that I own out of my entire collection. It's one of the only rare philodendron that I have two of. I do have a whole second one of these plants. It's also pretty large itself. And I don't know, I'm just kind of obsessed with it. Next, we have this little Labisia species, which is much bigger than the last time you saw it, and here she is. Check that out. Pretty cute, huh? I think it's pretty cute. This whole thing right here is kind of new also. This is the new leaf that was only just starting to come in when you saw it last. I believe that this is a Labisia species Riau, and she's in a little dessert cup full of moss. Then we have my begonia species Sarawak, which I was very concerned about, but you can see how iridescent this begonia is. It's pretty incredible. This leaf right here is exceptionally blue. Don't know why, but yeah, this leaf right here is also new. It was just barely coming in when I first got it. Check that out. This is Begonia nahingensis, and he is substantially larger than the last time you saw him. But I mean, this is substantially larger. These leaves were minuscule when you saw it last, and now they're like bigger than my fingernail each. This is a begonia that's been on my wish list for a while. I do believe that it is a leaf prop. Maggie and Anya say that leaf props are really fun because you can get a ton of little growths out of just the one little leaf prop, and I think it looks really cute. This one showed no stress at all, even from being turned on its side, so honestly, everything would have been okay if we just put polyfill in the box. This time we were like, okay, it was fine last time with the polyfill. We probably don't need to put polyfill in it. It's not like anyone's gonna be turning the box upside down, but clearly something turned the box upside down, whether you wanted to say it was human or robot. We still don't really know what happened. So then we have begonia Dark Leo, which also showed zero signs of trauma. In fact, he has only been thriving. Okay, then we have my Begonia Metallicum blue, and he is finally starting to show some of that blue coloring. When I first got him, he was all but brown, and now he's getting some blue coloring in there, and I really think that it's because these terrariums have such good light. I mean, literally, it's amazing light. Maybe we'll have a little back key light for us. But yeah, this Begonia Blue Metallicum is doing really good. I mean, you can see the iridescence kind of on all the leaves, which is so incredible. How does nature even decide to do that? He's doing okay. He wasn't doing great. This leaf, you can see, melted back a little bit. It came down to about here before. It's missing about a whole 1/3 of its leaf. But it did stop melting back, and it's been doing pretty great ever since. Okay, then we have my Hoya Thomsonii. He's fine. No issues. Then we have the little pink princess. She was a little damaged. Also, some of the leaves grew in pretty large. This was not that big when we left the store, but we did lose half of a leaf right here. I do not know how that happened. This one also right here, well, I mean, I do know how that happened, but this one also right here is not doing the best. That might be it. Yeah, I think it's just these 2 leaves. But the plant itself is doing totally fine, and it's actually putting out new leaves. Next, we have the Macetes Spatola, which did have a little bit of a struggle initially. So we have this little leaf right here, which was totally fine when we first got it, and then also this one, and I think we could honestly pull these off if we wanted to. But other than that, he's doing fine. I keep this one in a different terrarium. I keep this one in my paludarium, which does not have a grow light. Then we have my little Darthvadariana, and you can see he is quite torn up. We got quite a few holes happening in each of the leaves. Other than that, he's doing really good. He's actually grown in. This is a new leaf he's currently working on growing in right now. But other than that, everything is fine. It's not like I'm gonna be selling these plants, so it's not like their value to me has been devalued because there's holes in the leaves, right? Here's probably a better way for you to see all the different holes. Then we have my little Gilau, which is only thriving. I mean, it's getting pretty big. It's been about 3.5 weeks, remember, since we brought these home, so yeah, it's doing just fine. We have my little Begonia Holoceracea, and I was pretty worried about this one, but it's doing really, really good. It's actually pushing out 2 new leaves at the same time. We got one right here, and then we got one right there. Both brand new, doing totally fine. We did lose this one, and we did lose another one that also got chopped off when the box rolled. Then we have this little Begonia, or Philadelphia. Wow, Hoya Bella Alba Marginata, and this one I did actually just propagate. I cut it down to about here, but it hasn't been having any issues. I'm just excited because you guys, we made it through. And I'm hoping I didn't forget anything. You will all know immediately if I did forget something, but I mean, I'm looking through my box and I don't see anything that I did forget. Made it through. I think if anything, this is a testament to what Botanica's plants can survive. And I am really, really impressed with mine. I'm not gonna lie. I was fully expecting everything to die. I mean, the Darthvadariana didn't even die, and this is one of the most delicate plants, at least I thought. Buy from Botanica's, and if something horrible happens to your package, your plants will probably still be fine. Also, they have Oblique for sale under $1,000 with a leaf with holes. I'm traumatized. I have been flying with plants for 2 years. I've made 2 separate videos on how to fly with plants, and in both of those videos I had 0 trouble. So I don't know why this one time I just had trouble the house, but it's pretty frustrating. I'm just glad that I got this product from a company who has really strong and healthy plants, and that nothing heckin' died. So I'm sorry that this wasn't just a fun little plants I got in Botanica's, all my complete Seattle haul, video, I wanted it to be, but I don't know, maybe this was a better video. Many imperfections, we're not talking about imperfections in this video because I can't focus on that. If I focus on all the little imperfections that my plants did not have before, that they do have now because someone mishandled my plants, or they mishandled my plants with the machine, that's gonna just drive me up a wall, and it's gonna just make me really sad. All I'm focusing on what didn't die, and so far, nothing has died. The only thing that has gotten even close is my begonia leopard, green leopard, which is so sad. You can see like the damage on the back of the stem right there, and then the leaf, and then the piper I'd say also got pretty close, but we have a new child coming in. So you know what? I think we have hope. I think that this is a good sign. I'm really glad it wasn't worse. I feel dumb for crying in an airport. I mean, I was crying, you guys. Like I was crying. Not like scream crying, but definitely like trying to hold back your tears in public, and you're like sobbing quietly in public kind of crying. I just can't even begin to express how horrifying it was to see all of these incredibly rare, expensive plants that were gifts thrown upside down. Wish I had a photo for you, but I don't, because my main concern in that moment wasn't getting content for my video. It was making sure that the plants were okay and getting them resituated inside of their box. And I'm actually really glad I didn't put my plants in the small box because of how short the ceiling was. I feel like they would have all just fallen right on top of their leaves and just crushed all their leaves instead of being rotated into the moss. I think that because of all the space that there was in my other box and how much moss was in there, because Anya was like, any room to move around is bad. So I made sure that there was no room for the plants to move around, and that even when I shook it, like only the leaves moved and the tiny little pots didn't. I think that because they fell on moss and not a hard plastic ceiling, because the box was smaller, was better. What I personally think it was is I think that when they were trying to figure out what was jamming the machine, because Harley's sweater had gotten like stuck in it and they had to like pull it out. I think that they probably picked my box up, set it on its side because they weren't looking, because they were just trying to like hurry because the line for the TSA was building up. They just weren't thinking, and then they put it back. And my little strawberry shake, Temayuk and my shake are just they're so amazing. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's probably a long video, but thanks for being here for me. And I'm really excited because in a few days, you're gonna see me get a really cool plant, and I'm so excited to show it to you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. Thanks for following me. If you wanna join my members community, I've got an amazing community of members. We do weekly events, which are so fun. And starting in June, we're gonna be doing strict weekly events, which I'm very excited about. I'm working with my moderators to come up with some really fun ideas for some fun things we can all do together. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll just have to see you in the next houseplant section. Goodbye! Thank you so much for the extra channel support to All the Green Places, Tara Wolfgang, The Planted Cauliflower, and Botanicas, and to every single one of you who rewatched this video. I know that you didn't really see the full video, you missed out on 20 entire minutes, but for those of you who didn't know, I had such a tremendously hard time getting this video to upload. I had to re-edit it twice, and I had to re-export it 6 times and re-upload it 4 times. So I just want to thank every single one of you for watching this all the way through, or rewatching it however many times you did, to try to help support me, because as you guys know, re-uploads just really don't do well. But yeah, I'm really excited because this video originally was on track to be my best video ever. It got 636 views in only 23 minutes, which is just bizarre numbers, bizarro. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being there for me. Sorry for how wild this was, but thank you for being on the roller coaster with me. All right, I wish you all happy planting, happy lives, and kisses. Goodbye.